Hello, welcome to my channel and thanks for tuning into this video. Today I'm going to be using a lot of new to me makeup. So some of it is new to the market, some of it's just new to me. I've got a few products from Chanel, I've got a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be using the Gold Coast shade of the new Tower 28 bronzers again. A couple of different powders. So if you'd like to see what I use, my thoughts on what I've used, and how I put this look together, just keep on watching. All right, I'm starting off with foundation, and I'm gonna be using this Chanel Les Beige Eau de Teint Water Fresh Tint. And this is the lightest shade, it's the shade Light. And I just thought this was such an interesting concept. I think this came out last summer. I don't know if you can see it, but it has these little pigment particles suspended in water, essentially. And it's just supposed to give a really nice, fresh looking, I think sort of dewy, very light coverage look. So I'm gonna pump it out on the back of my hand. That's what it looks like, very watery. And it did come with this little brush, so I'm gonna give this a shot. I know I didn't enjoy the brush that came with the new Sublimage foundation very much, but giving this one a try. That actually doesn't feel too bad. I don't mind that brush. I think it could work really well for like cream or liquid contour as well. So, but I'm gonna need quite a lot more of the product on, I think. All right, so there it is applied to this side of my face. I do think it evened out the tone a little bit. Gave the lightest little bit of coverage, and it does look very moisturizing when I look at it. But it didn't really cover, like I have some pigmentation here from old blemishes. It didn't really cover those. But it did seem to just even out the skin tone and smooth things out a little bit. So I think I'm gonna try the other side, just using my fingers, smoothing it into the skin. All right, so here it is all over the face, and I think it applies well with the brush or with just your fingers, but I do think I'm gonna take a sponge and just make sure that all the pigment is blended out, because I did notice that it just took a little bit of extra blending to make sure that you didn't have any, you know, areas with more of the pigment that weren't fully blended in. So I'll be right back. All right, I think it does look really nice, very undetectable on the skin, but it does even things out a little bit and gives a really nice, healthy glow to the skin. I'm gonna be using concealer today as well. I don't have anything new. I'm just gonna be using the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, just on areas where I have a little bit more pigmentation. And I did not sleep well last night, so I'm gonna put a little bit under my eyes too. Been finding some days I can, I've been enjoying not wearing concealer under my eyes, but I think today is a day that I could benefit from just a little bit of coverage there. All right, so I'm gonna blend this in and then I'll be right back. So I blended in that concealer, and I don't have anything super new for powder either, but I thought I'd just do it on camera because I'm not sure. I know I've used the Kosas on camera, but I don't know if I've used the Dior on camera yet. So this is the Kosas. I'm gonna use this in more so in the center of my face, just around the nose. I'm going to take my Dior Backstage. This is the shade 0N. And I'm just going to use this underneath my eyes. A little bit on the chin. Now for the eyes, I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Bronze palette, and this is something that I got in the VIP sale. And I haven't used it yet. I've swatched a couple of the shades, but I haven't put it on my eyes yet. I don't want to do anything too dramatic, but we'll see what happens because I think this is a somewhat dramatic palette. I'm going to start out with Beach right here on my classic crease from Sonia G. All right, there's Beach on the lids, and it blended really easily, nothing unexpected there. I'm going to take my mini booster and I'm going into Suntan right here. Nice. I'm going to go back into Beach with my classic crease and just kind of blend over everything. Okay, and now I think I'm just going to go right into a shimmer on my lid. I think I'm going to try this True Copper shade right here. Taking my soft shader from Sonia G. I know it looks like it has red on it, but it's just all the pigment is gone from it. It's just that the bristles are a little bit stained. Okay, that I'm barely touching my eye with that, and it's really strong impact. Beautiful color. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to take Ridge. This is kind of a mustard yellow shade. I like that shade. I'm a big fan of these types of sort of mustard yellows and kind of grungy, sandy type colors. I think they're really fun. Okay, I think I'm pretty much gonna leave the eyes there. There's no real inner corner shade here, so I think I'll probably end up using what I'm gonna be using as a highlighter on my inner corner. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of a tiny little line above the lash line, and I'm going to use Magma for that. All right, so there's Magma on the lash line, and I think that's nice. It's like you can't even really tell that it's there, but it just adds a little bit of depth and definition onto the lash line without looking like a true liner. I'm gonna finish off my tight lining and my mascara. I'm not using anything new for that, so I'm just gonna do that, and then I'll be right back to do the rest of the face. Okay, I finished up my liner and mascara. And I should mention my brows too, because I have a new to me product and a newer product that I've used on the brows. So first I went in with the Anastasia Brow Freeze. I finally got this during the sale. It was sold out online, but I was able to get it in one of the stores near me. So I went in with that first, and then I used the Anastasia Dip Brow in Caramel, which was on sale a few weeks ago, so I ordered it from Sephora then. And I really like the combination of these two products. I hate doing my brows. I can't be bothered with grooming them, as you can probably tell. But I find that the combination of these two products does a pretty good job of making them look decent. All right, so now moving on to the rest of the face. I'm going to be using a Chanel blush, and I know that they've very recently reformulated their blushes, but this one's actually in their older formula, and I really wanted it because I thought the color was so interesting. It's a really pretty red tone, and I don't have any of the other Chanel blushes that look like this. I have some of their baked sort of gel to powder formulas, but none of these ones like this. So I thought that this would be really fun to try. So I'm gonna take my soft cheek into that. I'm gonna tap it off because I don't know how pigmented this is gonna be. Pretty pigmented, but very blendable. Yeah, so I wanted to try out their old blush formula in case they were all going to get replaced with the newer formula. I wanted to see what this one was all about because I've only heard great things about this formula. All right, so that's on. I'm going to buff it out a little bit. I'm not sure that I would really choose this color to go with this eye look. I'd probably go for a more toned down cheek color typically here, but I really wanted to try this blush out. I want to tone it down a little bit more, so I'm taking my Dior powder again and just going over the cheek. Yeah, that makes it a little bit more subtle looking. It's a great color though. All right, now for bronzer, I wanted to pull out my Tower 28s again, the new shade. So I'm gonna go in with Gold Coast, and I'm actually gonna take my Westman Atelier blender brush right in there. It just helps to get the product on a little bit faster. I think this Gold Coast is a nice color to go with the bronze palette on the eyes. All right, and now I want to put a little bit of highlighter on, and this is another new to me highlighter, which I got actually in the Fenty Beauty sale. They were having a 25% off sale on their website. This is the Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal Killawatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo. And I've had my eye on this for a while because I know that Lisa Eldridge really likes it. And I think she's actually used it in some of her campaigns for her lipstick. She's put this on her models' faces, so I was really curious to give it a try. So I'm just gonna mix the two shades together and tap it off, and it's on my Sonia G Sculpt 3. Let's see how that looks. Ooh, yeah, gives a really nice glow. And I think the concept with these is that one side is a much more subtle highlight and the other one is kind of a really blinding type of highlight. So I thought by mixing the two, hopefully I'd get somewhere in the middle. So that's what that looks like. And a little is definitely going a long way. Really beautiful color. I want to put a little bit of this on my inner corner, so I'm gonna take this one here. That's the Fire Crystal side. I think it's the blingy side. And I'm gonna just put that on my inner corner. Nice brightness there. That's the Refer 03 brush that I'm using. And might as well, I'm gonna go into the other one, the Lightning Dust, and just highlight the brow bone with that. And I'm gonna highlight the Cupid's bow. That's a beautiful palette. I love the tone of it because it is kind of really close to my skin tone. So it looks really natural in a way, but it is still so bright. It's really beautiful. And it looks really, really smooth on the skin. So now into lips. I'm going to be using a new Chanel product. I got this from Shoppers Drug Mart, which is where I got all the Chanel products I used today. And this is one of the new Rouge Coco Blooms. This is the shade 116 Dream. I just got this one shade because I really wanted to try out the formula and I wanted to choose one that I thought I would use on an everyday basis. And I have to say, this is a really great color for me for every day. It's the kind of lip color that I could wear without makeup and it still looks really natural, and it just brings a little bit of life to the face. And the formula feels really nice too. When you put it on, it feels very moisturizing on the lips, but also very light in a way. But I have noticed that once the shine wears off, the color stays, which I think is wonderful. I really love that in a lip product. But once the shine is gone, it doesn't feel very moisturizing on the lips. So I don't find that it has really long-term moisturization going on with it, but it's the kind of thing that you can just reapply so easily and just top up a little bit. So this is it. This is the completed look. It was fun trying out some new to me makeup, and I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. If you have any comments or questions, I'd love to see those below. If you'd like to see more from me and you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would really love for you to do so. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.